The Omnipotence Paradox asks, can God create a rock so big that he can't lift it? It's a little tricky because either God can't create an unliftable rock or he can't lift it. So in this video, we're going to discuss whether the Omnipotence Paradox attacks the common Christian belief that God can do anything. That's coming right up. You know, I never paid much attention to the Omnipotence Paradox until one day I met a high school student who didn't believe in God because of it. And to be fair, if this paradox does show that an omnipotent God is an incoherent concept, then it actually is a good reason not to believe in God. So does the Omnipotence Paradox dismantle belief in God? Well, no, and this is why, and you might need to brace yourself for this, but there are some things God can't do. And if you think about it for a second, Christians have always believed that there are some things God can't do. He can't lie, he can't cease to exist, he can't create logically impossible things like a square circle. What does that even mean? And God can't create anything greater than himself, and that includes rocks, no matter how big they are. And that's because God, by definition, is the greatest conceivable thing. I mean, for fun, you could think of all kinds of things that God can't create as the greatest conceivable being. He can't create a cheetah so fast that he can't catch it, or a cup of coffee so hot that he can't drink it, or a book so long that he can't read it. Okay, one more little thought experiment. What would happen if an unstoppable force met an immovable object? Which one would win? Well, it's actually impossible to say because the question is nonsense. An unstoppable force and an immovable object can't both exist simultaneously. And it's the same thing with an omnipotent God and an unliftable rock. They can't both exist at the same time. So when we're asked the question, can God create a rock so big that he can't lift it? The simple answer is no. An unliftable rock can't exist, and that's because God is omnipotent. So what do you think? Is this explanation satisfying? Does it make sense? If it doesn't, comment below. I'd love to keep talking about it. But if it does, why not also comment below with examples of things that an omnipotent God couldn't create? Okay, I'll see you next week.